this was me. I had zero confidence and I was sad all the time. One day, as I was walking home from work, a cat mugged me on the street. And that's when I knew I had to
scrap that intro. I never got mugged by a cat. I was on YouTube prior to making this video, checking out these body transformation videos, and honestly, 9 out of 10 started with this sad music, and they cut to this montage of them training, inspirational music, and then boom, cut to the money shot where they're all transformed and looking great and amazing. That's all good. Today, I wanted to make a different type of video. Now, before I go on any further, I'm not trying to say that I have the perfect body. I just want to make clear that I've still got a long way to go. So with that being said, I want to show you that I was able to go from this to this. A year ago, I decided to change myself. And what I did was I went to the gym and put down an upfront payment for a year in advance in one go. That's coming to an end this week, so I just thought it'd be worthwhile to look back on my year's progress. And in doing so, highlight the mistakes that I've made along the way, so that anyone watching this video looking to hit the gym so that they can start their own transformation journeys can seriously start with these things in mind, so that they can do better than me and achieve it in a much less time frame. Point number 1 is ego. I think this is bloody important. Kill your ego. If this is your ego, kill your ego. What do I mean by this? Chances are, if you're just starting out at the gym, you're gonna wanna grab the heaviest thing and throw it around. Not only is that dangerous for you, that will make you look like an absolute idiot. Yes, at the end of the day, it's important to be able to lift big, to get big, but I've learned from many pros that the art of bodybuilding is to be able to lift light things heavily. What do I mean by this? Lower the weight and lift the weight with proper form and proper timing so that you can tear that isolated muscle group, that targeted muscle group with perfect precision. A lot of the times if you're lifting heavier, what generally happens is that you begin to use other unrelated parts of your body to compensate for that lift. And that oftentimes than not leads to injuries and sprains that will put you out of action. One of the things I was really confused about when I was first starting out lifting in the gym was intensity. And that's my next topic, intensity. How do you know that you're providing enough stimulus for your muscles to grow? Well, a good indicator is in choosing the right weight for your rep ranges. If you're talking rep ranges for strength, it ought to be 5 sets of 5 reps, 5 by 5 per exercise. If you're talking hypertrophy, the rep range is usually 4 by 12. If you've chosen the right weight that you can perform with good form, and let's say you do about 11 of those reps and you just have to squeeze it out until that last 12th rep, you found your sweet spot. And that's where you want to get to for most of your exercises. If you honestly feel like you could have given more, you're under training. And if you feel very tired and that you aren't able to perform about 3 to 4 sessions a week, you're overtraining. I mean, it's a very iffy line. You need to listen to your body, and that's my next point. You need to listen to your body. Sometimes after I got back from work, my body would just, I would have dinner and then I would go to the gym, which is what I usually do. And sometimes my body would just feel like shutting down, and I'll just be on the couch for about 10 minutes just going and I thought to myself, this is just you being in the can't be bothered moment. You gotta get up and just head to the gym and give it all you've got, stop being a lazy bastard. And that made my body just shut down completely. That's when I knew I overtrained, and overtraining is actually a thing. So you need to be really clever, listen to your body, but But you know, just put your hand to your heart and just really think about it, you know? Is my body really telling me to slow down, or am I just being a lazy bastard? Like, just be honest with yourself. The next thing is diet. And it seems very obvious, and I know everybody talks about it, but I really wanted to include this because, yeah, honestly, you can't expect your body to change if you are putting in junk. You are what you eat. If you put in junk, you don't technically become junk. You are beautiful people, you are amazing people, but you will look like junk. I made the mistake of thinking that I could out-train my diet. Guys, you cannot out-train a bad diet. I was eating out all the time, I was drinking on weekends, I was partying, and then I was putting in work in the gym, like actual quality time in the gym. But it's my diet that didn't keep up with my training. I wasn't fueling myself, I wasn't nourishing myself with what I needed. And the other thing, which was detrimental to my progress. Check out this picture right here. Yeah, that's that actually looks worse in most respects to what I started off on. And the reason why I got into that shape was because I read online that you needed to hit a certain amount of protein per day. So the general rule of thumb, guys, if you don't know, 2 grams of protein per pound of body weight. No. It's 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. Now, I thought that was the most important thing, that all you needed was to hit that protein mark for the day. And I was eating out a lot, and these foods, yeah, they contain protein, but they contain a high amount of fat as well. So I would be eating my favorite thing, which is KFC. I would order in like a bucket of wicked wings, and I would just smash that whole thing because I wanted to take in that protein. But what I was doing at the same time was taking in all that fat, all that saturated fat. And that's the worst thing about eating out, guys. It's not healthy for you, and it's packed and loaded with stuff that is not good for your body, obviously. You guys all know this, why am I saying this? And yes, I did gain a bit of muscle, or what else did I gain? A ton of fat! The next point, and this is really important, is for you to recognize that you are different. And you might be thinking, yeah, of course I'm different. What does this mean? What's any of that got to do with my progress in the gym? Not a lot of people tell you this, and not a lot of people recognize this, but we all have different body proportions. So for me personally, I have a very long hip compared to the rest of my body. And this affects the exercises that I should choose for my optimum growth differently. So you could see your favorite Instagram star, you could see your favorite sports person, and their training routine, but you need to be able to craft your own training routine. Listen to your body. Notice the lifts that work for you. For example, you watch any movie and chances are, if there is a scene with a gym depicted in it, they're doing the bench press. So I thought that that was the perfect exercise for me, and that I should start incorporating that lift into all my chest days, and that I was gonna grow my chest with that exercise. The thing with my body is I realized that my shoulders were a lot more developed than my chest initially. So when I was going ahead to do my bench press, I would feel that my front delts kicking in a lot more than my chest. And that was a very bad activation for my chest. So what was growing instead of what I wanted to target was something completely different. So what did I do? I had to find a different exercise. I tried landmine presses, incline dumbbell presses, cables, and I found the exercise that works for me. The next thing I want to address is, it's an elephant in the room, you know? Everybody knows it, but not everybody wants to really talk about it because it's a bit sensitive, you know? I want to talk about steroids. I want to talk about realistic expectations of what you can achieve naturally. I know a lot of you guys follow these fitness models on Instagram, on YouTube, and you see these guys and they're jacked, they're huge, they're amazing, okay? But we need to address the fact that some of these guys are not natural. Some of these guys are using substances and drugs to get to where they are. And I am not looking down on these guys. I am not trying to degrade their effort, because honestly, even if you take substances and even if you take steroids, it takes a ton of work to get to where they are. That is a respectable and amazing feat, regardless, okay? But for the people who are starting out in this thing, I was very surprised to find how little they knew about this. A lot of people that are starting out at the gym are like, yeah, if I have my calories, if I have my chicken breast, broccoli, if I'm consistent, I could get jacked as much as these guys. And the truth is, yes, to a certain extent, you can get very amazing. I think it's time to get real with that. You know, you need to have real expectations about your body, and you need to realize that naturally, you are not going to go from A to B in such a short amount of time without the aid of substances. So have realistic expectations of what you want your transformation to be. Last but not least, make it a lifestyle. They say that a habit takes about 30 days to form. So give yourself a month, actually give yourself 2 months. And in this time, commit yourself. No matter what happens, force yourself to do this until it becomes a part of your habit, a part of your routine. Make it a lifestyle. And the key points to try and make it a lifestyle is to enjoy it. And I think it goes without saying, you need to not pressure yourself. I was pressured when I first started lifting that I had to achieve a certain amount of looks but within this time. Oh, I was lifting for about 6 months, so I should have my 6-pack by now. At the end of the day, you need to realize that this journey is a progress for yourself. The only thing that counts is if you are improving yourself. This is a competition with the person you were yesterday and nothing else and no one else. And if you come out of this on the other end as a better person, as a person that you feel within your heart is better than whoever was staring at you in the mirror the day before, you've succeeded, dude. Well done. So those were my 7 points, and I really hope this video helped you. I didn't want to go into the technicality of things because technically, honestly, if you train well, if you eat well, if you sleep well, you're gonna get there. But it is going to take time. It is a marathon. And what do marathoners need? They need the right mindset. And honestly, these 7 things are lessons that I've learned from mistakes that I've made. Mistakes that you don't necessarily have to make now because I've laid them out for you. So guys, like, go out there and just get after it, and I know that you will do so much better than I did, and I really look forward to seeing your progress. So drop a comment below if this video helped you, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again real soon.